body needs more than your kid.
You're in Braves country.
drink like me, you can't smoke like me. So don't try and be like me. Let's party together.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
We have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, and flat out deceived.
Why did you get so drunk?
You got drunk. I'm just really exhausted.
What's in that cup?
Rum and Cokes.
Do you have any idea how important this is? We're trying to save the pub call. Really? This is what you're doing? This is what you're doing?
Baseball is a beautiful thing. It's more beautiful in an old park. It's asymmetrical and quirky. But even in a dome with artificial turf, it's beautiful. The way the field fans out, the choreography of the sport, the pace and rhythm of it, the fact that that pace and rhythm allows for conversation and reflection and opinion and comparison.
In right field, the crowd is tormenting Strawberries, singing Darryl, Darryl. Little roller up along first, behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win.
And there's a fly ball deep to left. It's on its way. There it goes. And the Yankees are going to the World Series. Aaron Boone.
Ground ball stabbed by Folk. He has it. He underhands to first for the first time in 86 years. The Red Sox have won baseball world championship. Can you believe it?
It's a pastime, something you do. It's entertainment, something you watch. And it's a shared experience, something you talk about and read about. But you can apply those same three criteria to other things. What makes baseball special is that it's the best game that's ever been devised.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy.
Sure as God made green apples, someday the Chicago Cubs are going to be in the World Series.
A little bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it in front of Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series. Cubs win. What a lucky break. The good Lord wants the Cubs to win.
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
If baseball is about caring, about loyalty and rivalry,
Braves fans are on their feet hoping for some kind of a bleeder or a seeing-eye single. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball hit high and deep down the right field line. It's going back, back, back. Is it fair? Is it zip, boom, bam, it's gone. Ram-a-lam, ding-dong, a 3-run shot, and your Atlanta Braves have taken a 1-run lead. She's gone, baby!
There's a very peaceful thing. It was created and played in pastures and meadows. There's grass, there's outdoors, there's everything that people thought was American and feel about America you get in a ballpark. And it's the wonder of walking through that dark tunnel and seeing a huge open space where men play the little boy's game.
I believe in the Church of Baseball. I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones. I know things. For instance, there are 108 beads in a Catholic rosary and there are 108 stitches in a baseball. I prefer metaphysics to theology. You see, there's no guilt in baseball, and it's never boring. It's a long season and you gotta trust it. I've tried them all, I really have. And the only church that truly feeds the soul day in, day out is the Church of Baseball.
Swung line drive left field. 1 run is in. Here comes Reed. Here's the throw to the plate. He is safe.
You're in Braves country. If there's a bigger thing going on right now, I don't know what it is. We're down to 1 strike here. Gurriel, the last hope for the Houston Astros. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, bounced over to Dansby. Dansby fires it over to first, and here comes the dog pile. Fire the cannons in the battery. Do the chop all throughout Braves country. Pop that top. Your Atlanta Braves have won it all.
and gentlemen, welcome. We direct your attention now to home plate. Please remain standing. We call your attention to our bands here today. They will be jointly directed. And now, another fixture, our national anthem.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose what stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we once were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Play ball!
At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce today's teams as participants in this historic game.
Well, the season's finally here, and the players...
Hey, football fans, you ready for the gridiron? Thursday and Friday mornings, the Armchair Quarterback Show returns, 9 a.m. Eastern. We'll be talking college and NFL football, the point spreads, fantasy football advice, and more. Want to catch it live? Become a Country Club member today here on Braves Country Radio. We'll make the replay available to the public later on that day, as we're being broadcasted nationwide on independent radio stations. As a member catching it live, you can ask your questions. We'll answer all. Point spread advice, player props, your fantasy football questions. It's the Armchair Quarterback Show, Thursday and Friday mornings this fall here on Braves Country Radio.
He's the armchair quarterback. He's full of beer and he's full of snacks. The all-American man. With a cool one in his
Hey, Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. America's patriotic light lager, all natural ingredients. Stand tall, be proud. The perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. America's patriotic light lager, offering a crisp, clean, bold taste. Perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. A beer with only 110 calories that tastes like a full-flavored beer and celebrates like freedom.
On a beer? 7 o'clock in the morning. Scotch?
Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? Pull up an armchair, girls and boys, and join us for Braves Country Baseball. You're listening live as the Braves are on the road. We're set to bring you pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves. Hi, I'm Mac McGee. Here's your starting lineups for today's action. Batting leadoff for your Atlanta Braves, it's Ronald Acuna Jr. He's in right field with 15 home runs, 31 RBI, 6 stolen bases, batting .284. Batting second, playing first, Matt Olson. 21 home runs, 77 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting .269. Batting third, playing second, Ozzie Albies. 13 home runs, 61 RBI, 12 stolen bases, batting .236. The designated hitter, batting cleanup, Marcell Ozuna.
20 home runs, 62 RBI, a .227 average. Michael Harris II will be patrolling center field for your Atlanta Braves. 17 home runs, 77 RBI, 15 stolen bases, batting .252. Batting sixth and playing short, it's Ha-Sung Kim. He's got 84 at-bats this year with 2 home runs, 5 RBI, 6 stolen bases, batting .214. Batting seventh and playing left, the Book of Eli. Eli White has 7 home runs, 30 RBI, 8 stolen bases, batting .233. And Sean Murphy is behind home plate, batting 8th with 16 home runs, 45 RBI, a .204 average. Nacho Alvarez is batting 9th and playing 3rd. He's got 8 RBI and a .242 clip. On the mound for your Atlanta Braves, it's Joey from whence you came. 5-4 with a 4.92 ERA and a 1.42 whip. 78 innings, 67 strikeouts. 76 hits allowed, 36 walks, 7 home runs served. He'll be going head-to-head with Shota Imanaga. He's 8-6 with a 3.08 ERA and a shiny 0.93 whip. 117 innings, 87 hits allowed, 95 strikeouts, 22 walks, 21 home runs served. Backing up Shota in the bottom of the first inning, leading off and playing second, it's Nico Horner. 5 home runs, 54 RBI, 23 stolen bases, batting .289. Batting second, playing right, Kyle Tucker. 21 home runs, 70 RBI, 25 stolen bases, batting .267. Saya Suzuki is batting third, the designated hitter. 27 home runs, 89 RBI, 5 stolen bases, batting .247. Carson Kelly's behind home plate and batting cleanup. 14 home runs, 46 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting .259. Josh Turner batting fifth and playing first. A .211 average with 3 home runs, 15 RBI, 2 stolen bases. Ian Happ is batting sixth and in left field. 19 home runs, 64 RBI, 6 stolen bases, batting .238. Dansby Swanson is batting seventh and at shortstop. 21 home runs, 67 RBI, 11 stolen bases, batting .250. Shaw is at third and batting eighth. 11 homers, 36 ribbies, 16 stolen bases, batting .231. And Kevin Alcantara is batting ninth and in center field. He had just a handful at bats in 2024. This is his first appearance in 2025. But in the minor leagues at 379 at bats this season, he batted .266, 17 home runs, 69 RBI, and 10 stolen bases. An OPS of .819. Calling balls and strikes behind home plate tonight, it's Andy Fletcher. Your first base umpire, Malachi Moore. Second base will be manned by Austin Jones. And down the third base line, it's Jansen Visconti. Game time temperatures here at Wrigley Field in Chicago, Illinois are expected to be 73 degrees at first pitch, with the wind blowing in from right center into left at about 8 miles an hour. Your Atlanta Braves are plus 152 on the money line. The over-under is 8.5. Our pick to click tonight, we're going to go with Ronald Acuna Jr. They finally have him back hitting leadoff because Jurickson Profar is on paternity leave. That's where he hits. That's where he thrives. That's where he belongs. And he's going up against a nasty southpaw. But we're going to take Acuna to click. I think he's going to have a little pep in his step tonight as the leadoff man, where he has spent most of his career with your Atlanta Braves. We'll take your Atlanta Braves to win a low-scoring affair. Give me the Bravos to knock out the Cubbies 4-2. Your American Rebel Beer, keys to the game tonight. Well, we kind of led into it with Ronald Acuna Jr. leading off. I want to see how this offense clicks. I also want to see the newly acquired Ha-Sung Kim, shortstop. This is pretty much what the rest of the way. He has a great opportunity to earn a starting role in 2026. They picked up Kim off the scrap heap, but he was a legit shortstop with good numbers in Major League Baseball over the last few years. He's got a little pop in his bat, but that's not really what we're looking at with him. He's a guy that can probably hit somewhere in a full season with Atlanta. You would be talking around 15 home runs, 20 at the very most, but solid glove and usually hits for a good average. And if we can put that at shortstop, keep Nick Allen on the bench for a platoon role and to come in late in the games for pinch running and glove work, that's not too shabby, and your work is done. You don't even have to go looking for something this offseason. And then you could focus on building that bullpen, which I think is going to be the primary focus for the Braves when we hit November. I'm excited to watch him play. I'm excited to see Acuna finally back in the leadoff spot. Even though it's not legitimate, it only happened because Profar's on paternity leave. But I want to see him go out there and show what he can do when he's in that leadoff spot. He's just not a number 3 guy. This ought to be a fun one tonight. Quick memo, tomorrow doubleheader, Mets and Tigers, then Braves and Cubs. We hope to be locked into the studio by around 1 o'clock to turn the feed on, and shortly after that, we'll bring you play-by-play. I'm going to be running in here at that time, so I'm going to need a little bit of time to put together rosters, et cetera, all the stuff I do behind the scenes that nobody sees. But I will try to chat away by the beginning of the game and then work all my stuff and then come on the air ASAP. Put your click in the chat, slap that like, and let's get ready, Braves Country. We'd like to thank everybody for choosing Braves Country Radio, and a special thanks to all the country club members. Please like on your way in and subscribe, set those alerts, and share Braves Country Radio to help build the crowd so we can continue to bring you the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Well, it's about that time. Grab you a cold one. Find you an armchair. Atlanta Braves Baseball right here on Braves Country Radio. Your modern-day superstation is in its 5th season of bringing you pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves and our one-of-a-kind production. Take us anywhere you go for over 170 Atlanta Braves ball games. Please like and subscribe today. Join the Country Club. Thank you to all the Country Club members. You help support Braves Country Radio.
Get this bus moving. Stop. Come back. Too late.
Roll call! Yeah, roll call!
You're in Braves Country.
Good evening, Braves Country. Well, we tried to schedule it, and I guess it didn't work, so we'll have to go do another thing. But we'll go back to, let me see how far we'll go back to. We will go back to Tree Nugs USA flags to where we'll call it. Good to see you, Tree Nug! And Uncle Charlie Fritz. Assuming if the one thing didn't get scheduled in time, the other thing didn't either. Give me a second. Yep, that was it. All right. Non-subscribers can now chat away. They could like before, but they couldn't chat away. All right, here we go. We got Uncle Charlie Fritz and John, Iron Lung, Tree Nug, Justin Green Machine, all Country Club members. They're all in the club. Braden Quinn, Gary the Real McCoy, Iron Lung. Someone vodka? What'd I miss? Uncle Charlie chopping away with the beers. Who else we have? Royal PETA. We got Green Machine. Do we have, see John, Mark, Ricky Ricardo, Fred Reichner. George Pearson, Nate the Great. See if anybody else comes in here. I want to double check and make sure that kicked through. Yeah, it did. Okay, so subscribers can now comment. And got a couple of minutes before we look. There's a lot of I don't want to say it was fake information put out there because it's not fair. People who don't follow the sport that pretend that they follow the sport and know the sport on X. If you follow any of those people, they mean well. They don't know. Ha-Sung Kim, excuse me. His player option is valid. There was a lot of debate going on back and forth last night, but it is valid, so he can pick it up. Whether or not he picks up the player option is totally up to him. I don't see how a season where he played so poorly because of injuries that he has a month to be able to reinvent his brand and get back out there on the free agent market. So I think he's going to pick up the player option and see where it takes him in 2026 offseason. So what you're seeing tonight, your starting shortstop, very good likelihood he is your starting shortstop for 2026. He's a guy that's won a Gold Glove. He plays all over the infield. It doesn't mean they won't bring back Nick Allen, because Nick Allen's extremely affordable and he would be a heck of a bench piece. And I think it would be kind of stupid not to, unless he's involved in a trade where he helps you significantly in another position. But Nick Allen defensively and base running and laying bunts, you're not going to get a better bargain, right? So he will be back next year in all likelihood, unless something unforeseeable happens. And Kim will be your starting shortstop unless he does not pick up the option, goes to free agency. If he does that, I think he's really playing with fire, because he's going to lose about $10 million. I think someone might give him a $4 or $5 million deal. It's a $16 million player option. Now, what I haven't been able to look into, and I'll look into it later, but some of these player options, when they're released, the old team pays the most of it. Some of the player options, when they're released, the new team would pick up the majority of it. I got to see how it. I haven't had a chance to look over the numbers of his actual contract, but typically, even if you had to pay $16 million for a shortstop for 1 year to see how he plays, that's really not that bad of a deal. But I'll look into that by the time we get to the offseason. We dive into all that stuff. So we're going to take a real quick break. When we come back, your new starting shortstop, they've already said that he's going to be probably the main starter for the rest of the year, assuming health. And the newcomer, the lefty out of the bullpen. This one we've been looking forward to for a long time if you've been watching Braves Country today. Hey, Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. America's patriotic light lager, all natural ingredients. Stand tall, be proud. The perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. America's patriotic light lager, offering a crisp, clean, bold taste. The perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. A beer with only 110 calories that tastes like a full-flavored beer and celebrates like freedom. Hey, Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Join the Country Club today. Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the Country Club today. It helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Hey, Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. From the mountains to the prairies to your pint glass with white foam, we're bringing back beer with a backbone. All that matters in our brew is taste and a touch of American excellence. American Rebel Beer, born in the USA.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the radio news.
Sit quietly and we will control all that you see and hear. There is nothing wrong. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension, a dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both things and ideas. You've just crossed over into
Adventures in time and space.
We offer you
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
Hi, folks. Join us now for another Braves ball game. Yes, sir. This is the one we've been waiting for. This is it. This makes you feel like it's spring and baseball. No more measles and free tickets to the circus.
You're in Braves Country.
This is a reminder. Disorderly conduct will not be tolerated. Please respect your fellow fan and refrain from any unruly behavior. Failure to comply with these guidelines will result in ejection.
Can you predict what will come in 100 years? Or in 10? Or in the next minute? Some people think they can. Nuclear scientists, mathematicians, astronomers, biologists. Because they see beyond the known dimensions of time and space.
You're in Braves Country.
Good evening, Braves Country! We see Velvet, who have jumped into the chat. Pretty sure I already saw PETA and Tree Nug, Justin Green, B.A. Baracus, good to see you. Pretty sure I already saw John and Ricky Ricardo, Mark Version. See if there's anybody. James Fisher, Country Club member, good to see you. We're going to get our first look, or for some of y'all, your first hear, about Ha-Sung Kim. And I'm excited about this one. Now, he's coming off of the IL, back injuries, all that, so I'm not going to worry about if he gets hits tonight and all that kind of stuff. I just want to see what he looks like with the glove. And the biggest thing when you look at his numbers that jumps off the page, it's not his batting average, not his home runs, it's his on-base percentage. And much like the reason why the Braves went out and got Jurickson Profar, who is out for a few days for paternity leave. From my understanding, we expect to see him back in Atlanta on Friday. What we're looking at here with him tonight, he's just, can he pick it? And what kind of at-bats does he give us? Does he give us good professional at-bats? Supposedly that's what we're looking at. And you add another person to the clubhouse in the lineup that does that, and maybe that catches on as a trend, and you quit having these quick early at-bats from some of the guys that will rename nameless. They just pop them up in the infield on the first pitch, and then they wait till their third, sometimes fourth at-bat before they actually give a real professional at-bat. Real quick, I do want to remind y'all that tomorrow, doubleheader, and it's going to be let me see if I've got it. I think I already have it. There we go. Doubleheader tomorrow, Wednesday, 1 p.m. Mets and Tigers, 7:30. It's actually 7:40. Cubs and Braves. Braves are wearing their road blues. Laying across the chest in white, outlined in red. Red piping down the middle of the shirt and on the pants on the side, outlined in navy, as are the numerals on the back. Names in the back in white. Braves across the chest, or actually Atlanta across the chest. We're just about set. And yes, sir, it is baseball time in Braves country. First pitch on the way as we wait for the 3D to kick in. I don't know what that was. So first pitch right there is for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1, as we get it back in here for you. Kicks and fires. Inside. Taps it off the bat. It's 0-2. Lefty-righty matchup. Mimanaga, if you're not familiar with him, one of the best left-handers in baseball when he's healthy, and he's struggled with some injury issues last season or so, but he's put together some good numbers this year when he's been able to be on the bump. He's been a Cy Young candidate. I mean, he's a very good left-handed batter, and we're going to have our hands full tonight. Back to the action, the 0-2 count. Swing, fouls it straight back. We'll do it again. Cunha leading off for the first time in a long time because of Jerks and Profar going to the paternity leave. And Kim in the lineup for the first time ever. The 0-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Down and in, nasty splitter. Left to right across the outfield for the Cubbies. It's Happen left. Alcantara in center, replacing PCA versus the left-handed Wentz. Tucker in right. Then Shaw, Dansby, Nico, and Justin Turner at first around the horn left and right. Kelly's behind the plate once again, and Shota on the mound. Lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way to Matt Olson. This is high for a ball. Let's see if we get a good angle here on the left. Nope, they missed it. 1-0, swing, fouls it down the line. 1-1. What you'll get from Imanaga tonight? He relies on the four-seamer about 50% of the time. And it's a pretty good one, but his splitter is his wipeout pitch at 31% of the time. The 1-1. Outside wide sweeper misses. 2. He comes in with the sweeper about 15% of the time, and then he has a show me curve and sinker at 2 and 1% respectively. The 2-1 count. Down below the knees, ball 3-3. Olson batting .269 to 21 home runs, 77 RBI, and 820 OPS. Standing on deck is Ozzie, 3-1 pitch. Outside, wide ball 4. So he'll head on down to first.
This is not watered down. This is Ice House. Ice House. Smooth as it gets.
First pitch swinging by Ozzie Albies, listed into center field. Lazy fly ball, back to the track. Quickly 2 down. Well, speak of the devil. 1 pitch, 1 out. So 2 down here in the first. I'd make him and Kim and roommates on the road. Marcel Ozuna, your batter, back in the lineup for the first time in 4 games. I know they don't do that anymore. They used to years ago. First pitch on the way is a 91 inside, four-seam fastball. It's a 1. The 0-1. 227 average, 20 home runs, 62 RBI. The 0-1 inside, 91 miles an hour. 1. Slight breeze blowing in here to start the night, but that wind can change in a hurry here in Wrigley. It's blowing in from right into left, between 5 to 7 miles an hour as I last checked. The 1-1 count, swing and a miss, four-seam fastball, blew it right by him, 92. 1-2. What you won't get from Imanaga, he's not a guy that brings the high heat, but he is a true pitcher's pitcher. He goes inside, outside, up and down. Very good location normally. He can strike you out, but he doesn't do it by throwing high 90s. Kind of a throwback. A 1-2 from Shota. SI delivers. In the dirt. 2-2. Kelly jumps up, but no real threat of Olsen taking off. Cubs lead this series 1-0. The season series 1-0. We'll conclude this series for the season next week in Atlanta. It's a 3-game stint, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday as well. The 2-2 count brings it. Swing, pops it up down the right field line, out of play. Imanaga, 15 pitches so far. You missed some of the news today. Lourdes Gurriel is done for this year and possibly next year. It's a torn ACL in his knee. And 2-2, swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll end the inning. More on Gurriel when we get back. Braves nothing, Cubs nothing. We go to the bottom of the first, and Joey from whence you came takes the bump.
You're a Knoll, my friend.
No. Actually, do you know where I graduated from?
Well, you're still a Knoll.
I'm a who?
You're a Knoll, my friend.
Hey, this is for them motherfuckers that always got their ass crack out. How y'all don't be feeling that? You gotta be feeling that. Just draw just all the way down. How you don't feel it? You just don't care? Just got your whole little stank of booty out in the public? Y'all nasty. You so nasty. You better put it away, because a motherfucker like me, see that? I'm throwing something in that little stank of booty. Quit playing. You better hide that.
We have 2 number 3s. That's not a mistake. It's just that some of Grover Cleveland Alexander's career totals are so close to Christy Matheson's, we call it a tie.
He has the same number of wins lifetime as Christy Matheson, 373.
This was going to be the successor to Mathewson among National League aces. This is the man who was going to throw pitch for pitch against Walter Johnson in the other league for reputation.
And his 1911 rookie season was incredible.
Led the National League in just about every pitching category.
He had 28 wins, 7 shutouts, and a then rookie record 227 strikeouts.
Started a decade of dominance in which he was bar none best pitcher in the National League.
From 1915 through 17, Pete was off the charts.
Won more than 30 games 3 years in a row.
6 times he won at least 27 games and had a sub-2 ERA 6 straight seasons.
1916, he threw 16 shutouts. Whole leagues don't throw that many shutouts today.
His 90 career shutouts are second only to Walter Johnson.
All the many games and innings that Alexander worked, he's remembered mostly for one.
And I can't tell who's going to come in. Let's see who it's going to be. It is going to be Grover Cleveland Alexander. Oh, Pete will come on.
In 1926, had one of the most famous moments in World Series history.
After pitching 2 complete game victories already, Pete was called on in relief in Game 7.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way. And Joey Wentz, he came. Is a 4-seam fastball high and out of the zone. That's 1-0. Lefty-righty matchup, the 1-0. Nice little cutter. Drops on the outer edge. Left to right across the outfield for your Atlanta Braves tonight. It's Eli White in left. Harrison center and Acuna in right. Around the horn, left to right is the 1-1. Swing rips it into center field, into left field, through for a base hit, just past the outstretched glove of Kim, and it's a leadoff single for the Cubbies. Around the horn today, Nacho, Kim, Ozzie, and Olsen. Smurf behind the plate. I know they got the lefty Imanaga there, but I'm tired of seeing that. Come on now. Let's get the Drake in the game. I would say as soon as we can get Imanaga out of the game, the Drake comes in. First pitch on the way is a fastball off the edge to Kyle Tucker with 21 home runs, 70 RBI. It's 1-0. Kicks and fires. 91, right there on the outer edge, smacks the black. It's 1-1. What you'll get from Joey Wentz tonight in his repertoire is a four-seam fastball, 46% of the time, the cutter 36%, curveball at 17%, and a show-me change throws about 1% of the time. Wentz flips it over to first key corner close by. Chicago Cubs come into tonight 5.5 behind the Brewers in the Central. 1-1. Four-seam fastball. Foul back at 2. In the wild card, the Cubs are the top dog in the National League wild card standings. 3 in front of the Padres, 5 in front of the Mets. The Mets are 4 in front of Cincinnati for the final spot in the National League, and they are up. Last time I checked it, they were up pretty big on Detroit as the cutter down and away. 2-2 count. Six to 2 Mets in the 5th in Detroit. That's the first part of our doubleheader tomorrow. Come on, right at 1 as I'll be rushing home from work. The 2-2, hanging banger, over to first, fires it to Kim. Kim fires it to first, so it is a 3-6-3 as Olsen tries to stretch it out. Tough play, he's going to be safe. 1 down. Throw was a little high. The throw to second base itself from Olsen was a little to his left, so he uses momentum to spin and then turn, holding the bag. And the throw, which was wide to Kim, he returned the favor, made it wide to Olsen. If Olsen throws that ball on the money, but it's going to be tough to do because the runner in the way, then we might turn too. But nonetheless, we do get the lead runner. They're going to flip it over to first to keep the runner close by. Suzuki at the plate, lefty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way. Chopper back over the mound. Ozzie steps on second. He'll just have enough time to get the lead runner, but no way to pull off the double play as Suzuki booking it down first. It was a slow developing play, and Ozzie had to wait. That has got to be the most frustrating thing when you're in the infield playing defense, waiting for the ball to get there because you're like, man, I want to go get it, but if I do, I'm going to screw the play up. So he's waiting for it to bounce to him. He just bangs on the plate, on the bag to get the out. By that time, Suzuki had already crossed first. Carson Kelly, the batter, he hit a home run yesterday. First pitch swinging, 14 on the year. Heat on the outside edge, swing and a miss. It's a 1-1. Four-seamer misses outside. 1-0. One count. Pitch swung on, sliced foul down the first base line. The under in the desert for Imanaga was 5.5 strikeouts. For Wentz, it was 3.5. One-two count. So the short of it with that Lourdes Gurriel is looks like he's going to be out for the majority of next season too. Is the 1-2 down and away, 2-2. Best case scenario, he comes back in 8 to 12 months, but typically that does not happen. Typically it's closer to the 12 months, so someone could sign him, but you're going to be paying for a whole bunch of nothing until about this time next year. 2-2, high and out of the zone, 3-2. To double check, I thought he had a player option. I looked at his. I know he was a late signee. Payoff pitch. Caught, look at strike 3. He got caught watching the paint dry. We'll be back in a flash. Actually, it's a player option for next year, so he gonna pick that up. We'll be back in a flash. Gurriel getting for the W.
I used to be with it, but then they changed what it was. Now what I'm with isn't it, and what's it seems weird and scary to me. It'll happen to you.
Now, if I gave you $1 and your father gave you $1, how many dollars would you have?
$1.
You don't know your arithmetic.
You don't know my father.
So now it's time, number 2.
Greg Maddux, if you looked up the word pitcher in a dictionary, it should have his pitcher by, because he was a pitcher in every true sense of the word.
For 23 seasons, Greg Maddux educated the National League in the fine art of pitching with a brilliant approach.
Got it.
This guy was the professor. I mean, he dissected the strike zone.
Maddux is sawing right through this lineup.
He had finger control on the ball that allowed the ball to sink, to run, to cut, to fade.
His ball never did the same thing twice in a sequence. What he was able to do with a baseball was amazing.
That's why he's the best pitcher in the game.
His attention to detail and game day preparation was impeccable. And that's just one of the many words you could use to describe Maddux.
Economic, precise, and smart.
He would pitch a hitter a certain way in one game because he knew that a month down the road this guy might come up in a tighter situation, and he wanted him to remember that at bat so he could get him out a different way.
Mad Dog won more games in the 90s than anyone, and 2 of those years were his story.
Bobby and I'd always look at each other in admiration. There were games where he went 9 innings and never missed the target. And I'm not exaggerating. That's what separates mediocrity from greatness.
And then there was his fielding, which earned him a record 18 Gold Gloves. That combination of slick fielding and magnificent pitching made Greg the first man ever to win 4 straight Cy Young Awards.
He's the best, folks. He is the best. Overall, from top to bottom, was there ever a better right-hander? I don't know.
My girlfriend poked me in the eyes. I stopped seeing her for a while.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way to Michael Harris. The second was high and inside. Man, that was right up around the nose hairs. It's 1-0. I don't know. It didn't appear that was intentional, but you don't know if they thought he was hanging over the plate. The 1-0's chopped over to second. That'll be an easy 4-3. Harris was busting it down the line trying to beat it out to his credit, but they got him by about a step. Second baseman Nico Horn was kind of taking his time, and Harris, he was like, I'm going to beat this out, baby. Gonna catch you asleep, but he just got in. So here's your first look at Ha-Sung Kim. That is the correct pronunciation. I'm sure we'll come up with a good nickname for him here. First pitch on the way, swung on, chopped over towards the pitcher's mound. Imanaga has to fire it over to first, and it's a 1-3 put out, 2 down. So after we brag on, he takes pitches and he's got a good on-base percentage. He swings at the first pitch, and he's out. Tim Heyer must have gotten his ear already. I know what you've been doing has been working, but what would you want you to do here? You're in Atlanta. You swing at anything and everything. Keep trying to work yourself aboard. First pitch on the way to Bookie. Eli is inside. For a ball, it's 1-0. Imanaga, after a fairly long first inning, has thrown just 4 pitches in this inning and has 2 outs. 1-0. Down below the knees. 2-0 count. Kicks and fires. Swing, pops it up. Can of corn over by short, and that'll be an easy 6-pitch inning. Braves go down in order. 1, 2, 3. We go back to the field. The middle of the order due up for the Cubbies.
Babe, who is one person in the world that you would trust with one of your deepest, darkest secrets?
You.
Me?
Yes.
You trust me? That's amazing.
No, it's because you wouldn't be able to repeat it, because you wouldn't have been listening in the first place.
So rude.
So true.
Would you like something to drink?
I'll have a Coke.
Do you want that in the can?
No, I'll have it right here.
I've often been asked whether Walter Johnson was the greatest pitcher that ever lived. You look at the numbers. He was the greatest pitcher.
And we agree, for it's tough to argue with 417 wins, not to mention a record 110 shutouts.
One of the most impressive things that you have to look at Walter Johnson is the fact that he is a 3-time Triple Crown winner in terms of pitching.
And one of those seasons is considered by many to be the greatest single season any pitcher ever had. The numbers take your breath away.
After 1913, Johnson stood alone at the top of the heap.
Walter won the MVP award that year and won it again in 24. The Senators surprised everyone by winning the World Series. He led the majors in strikeouts a record 12 times, mystifying hitters at every turn.
Batters used to say a particularly deceptive thing about Walter Johnson's pitching was he made it look so easy.
Easy sidearm motion. It looks like picnic beer ball. Hey, I could hit against that.
And then the ball was by them.
And incredibly, he did all this with little more than a single pitch, a blazing fastball that earned him one of the all-time great nicknames.
The big train, Mr. Walter Johnson.
If you've ever stood right on a train platform as a train comes into the station, it's terrifying, it's incredible, and that's the way that fastball was.
Even the greatest hitter said you knew what was coming, knew it was going to be over the plate, and you still couldn't hit it.
For more than 50 years, Johnson was the only member of the 3,000 strikeout club. No question, he was the best.
Joey Wentz back to the bump. He's had a 3.43 ERA since being in Atlanta. His ERA before in Minnesota and Pittsburgh was just south of 7 per 9. Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way to Justin Turner. Big Red, as they call him. It's 1-0. Yes, Gurriel, I think I was saying it just at the end of the break, is the 1-0 swing, fouls straight back, it's 1-1. He signed a 3-year deal. It's a player option for 26. It's a club option for 27. So he's at least going to make that money next year. And then he might get released and have to retest the waters and restart his process again. It probably depends on how well Arizona does next year and what they plan on doing in the 28 year, or the 20, is the 1-1 misses high? 27 years. So most likely they're not going to pick up the club option because you're going to go into the CBA agreement that is going to expire at the end of next year, and most teams aren't going to worry about it because there's probably going to be a long holdout, strike or lockout, however you want to word it. The 2-1 fouls it back to 2-2. It doesn't really matter how it's worded. If one side doesn't agree to the other side, it's a work stoppage. I mean, you can call it a strike, you can call it a holdout, depending on whose court the ball is in, but it doesn't realistically matter how you word the 2-2 outside, wide 3-2. The players are going to call it a lockout, and the owners are going to call it a strike. And the media typically sides with the players, so they'll usually call it a lockout. 3-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Yak 'em. Sit him down, Joe. My fingers are so. 94 on the outer edge. He threw a P over there. Zipped it. That'll bring Ian Happ, the number 6 hitter. First pitch on the way is a curveball down and away for a strike. It's 0-1. 0-1. Takes some fires. 1-1 count. Ian Happ. Batting .238 on the year, 19 home runs, 64 RBI. Wentz brings it, 94, paints the outer edge, 1-2. Joey Wentz. From whence you came, 6'5", 220-pounder. Brings it. Swing, rattles it back, foul. We'll do it again. One-two count. Joey, 25 pitches, 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Infield is back into the left. The pitch. Swing, rattles that foul into the crowd. We'll do it again. Sun's starting to set here in Wrigley Field in Chicago, Illinois. The 1-2. Swing, chops it off the plate. Just got a piece of it. One-two count. Lefty-righty matchup. Wentz looking into Smurf behind home plate. They set up inside. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Smoke him if you got him, because he got him. 2 down. That's 3 strikeouts for Wentz so far through 5 outs in the game. He's looking like the Joey Wentz that we saw second and third start when he came over with Atlanta. Came over to Atlanta. That nasty dipping, they call it a cutter, but it's really more of like a 2 to 8 that falls off the table. First pitch on the way is the curveball. Down below the knees of Dansby Swanson, former Atlanta Brave. It's 1-0. 1-0. Dansby, Benedict Arnold Swanson, batting .250, 21 home runs, 67 RBI. The 1-0 right there, P at the knees. I don't really have any animosity to Dansby leaving Atlanta. I feel like the Braves dodged a bullet on that contract. The 1-1. Swing, fouls it back, 95 miles an hour, 1-2. And you could kind of see the writing on the wall. We were covering it at the time, and the reports had been out there for quite a while. The Dansby's wife was from Chicago, and unless the Braves came really close to the Cubs' offer, which was pretty high, he just wasn't going to be around. 1-2. Swing, just got a piece of that to stay alive. Do it again. She had lived in the Atlanta area for the first part of his career, and he wanted to return the favor, even though he's from Atlanta. I bet he's regretting that. Is the 1-2 count? Got to bring the federal troops in there. People are shooting up the place. The 1-2 count. In the dirt, 2-2. I was just a little surprised when it's all said and done because the dollar goes farther in Georgia than it does in Chicago. And you would have thought. But maybe he just wanted to change the scenery. You know, he's a young guy, wanted to live somewhere else. The 2-2 count. Outside wide, full count. So Dansby Swanson has worked the count full. Remember, this at bat just a second ago was almost a strikeout. He just got a piece of a couple of stitches as the ball went by. Time is called by Swanson. Wind starts to look like it's whipping out towards left center. My guess would be around 8 to 10 miles an hour. It was blowing in, but we've seen a swirling wind since we've been here in this series. We do have cooler temperatures tonight in Wrigley. The 3-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Yak 'em. Sit him down, Joe. Your fingers are so. We'll be back in a flash. Joey Wentz from whence you came, dealing here in Chicago.
Caffeine actually worked on me the way it was If caffeine actually worked on me the way it was supposed to, I would be unstoppable. But unfortunately, it does not. So I stop often.
But the Pirates in pretty good shape right now with a 6-2 lead, bottom half of the ninth, and Glenn Hubbard leads it off for Atlanta. Hubbard, Cerrone, Washington due up here in the bottom of the ninth. Here's the 0-1. Down that left field line, that's a fair ball. Hubbard's got at least one. He'll head for second. Up with the ball is Orsulak, and Hubbard aboard with a leadoff double. Fly ball, right field, fairly deep but playable. Mike Brown there waiting. He'll make the catch. Hubbard will move over to third without a throw. The run will score. Well, that makes it a 6-3 ball game. And Ramirez, the Braves' last chance. He's 0 for 4. He's flied to center, grounded to short, flied to right, and struck out. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Line towards center. That'll fall for a base hit. Claudel will get the green light around third. He'll score without a throw. And it's now a 6-4 ball game. The Braves will bring the potential tying run to the plate. There's the new pitcher for the Pirates, Don Robinson. He was the loser last night. 38th appearance, his 32nd in relief. Dale Murphy is the man he'll face. Murph tonight has doubled and homered in 4 at-bats. He represents the potential tying run. And the 0-2 pitch to Murphy. Line drive right field. It's going to fall in, base hit. Ramirez will take the turn at second, head for third, and the Braves are still alive. Runners first and third with 2 men out. Murphy's third hit of the game. Bob Horner was walked, flying to center, flying to left, and struck out 0 for 3. Murphy at first, Ramirez at third, 2 outs. And the 1-0 pitch. Deep to left center field. Back goes Orsulak, and the Braves have won it. Bob Horner strikes for a 3-run homer in the bottom half of the 9th inning. And the Braves come off the deck, scoring 7 runs, 5 of them in the bottom of the 9th. Atlanta wins it 7-6. What a finish.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back to Braves Country Radio. Sean Murphy leads us off. Imanaga goes back to work, just 22 pitches in after the very short second inning. First pitch on the way, high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. Lefty-righty matchup. Murphy batting just 204. Foul tipped off the plate. It's we'll hit your out-of-town scoreboard here in a second. Murphy digging in, getting the start tonight against the left-hander. I still think Drake should have gotten the start as the 1-1. Swing, chops it over towards third, deep in the hole, but he's got plenty of time to throw out Murphy. He's skipping down the line. He gets tagged on the belt. 1 down. 5-3 on the putout. The big question is going to be for the offseason, if we have figured out shortstop, and nothing's to say we have, but if we have figured out shortstop, and I'm willing to give Kim an honest look this September and maybe even into the spring of next year, and if it doesn't work out, then you look at the trade deadline. As the first pitch on the way to Alvarez is up top, misses for a ball, it's 1-0. Because there's not a whole lot out on the trade market is the point. I mean, on the open market. If he's willing to come back on that deal, a 1-year deal, it's a prove-it deal. He's the 1-0 to Nacho. 94 right inside is what he wanted. You got to figure out what you're doing at catcher, because Sean Murphy is not a designated hitter, and you can't bring him back as a designated hitter. You think about DHing for him as the 1-1. Chops it deep in the hole. Dansby Swanson slides, fires it, and is he safe or out? Turner applied the tag. Malachi Moore called him out. Nacho thinks he's safe, and Malachi Moore, see if they want to challenge it. Doesn't look like they do. I'd like to see another look at it. From the blind eye, it almost looked like Ty goes to the runner. Nacho's convinced he didn't tag him. But we're not getting a very good angle right now. Let's see if this one's a little better. It's a good throw by Dansby, one of his classic. I think he got him on the wall. Yeah, he just got him. Barely tagged him. I'd say the reason why Nacho didn't feel it is the sweeper is inside for a strike. It's a 1 to Ron Acuna Jr. He barely tagged him on the wall, and it's right where his gloves are at. So he probably didn't even feel it. But he just got him before Nacho touched the bag. The 0-1 peppers it towards the first base dugout. It's a 2. Very close play, but I'd say they were smart not challenging that. I don't think it gets overturned. So an 0-2 count. Really good play by Dansby. One of his, that's classic Dansby Swanson, sliding and then turning and jumping and firing is the 0-2. This is high, 1-2. It's how we always made up for his lack of range. He doesn't have the range that even like a Nick Allen has. He's got good range. He doesn't have great range. But his uncanny ability to be able to throw off balance from all different angles is what made Dansby a great defensive player. The 1-2 swing, that ball's belted high and deep. Going back on the track, catching it at the wall is Alcantara. What little wind knocked that down. And Imanaga knows he dodged a bullet. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
My visa declined at the sweater store this morning. The cashier had to ask me for my cardigan.
Just to clear the air, I don't give a about how nobody feel about me. Keep feeling it.
Today we are talking about the most interesting season that no one ever talks about. This is John Tudor's 1985 season. 1985 didn't start well for Tudor. Through May, he was 1-7 with a 3.47 earned run average. After one of his starts during that stretch, he received a call from his high school catcher who noticed a hitch in his delivery that he had not seen before. To say this change had a positive effect on him is an understatement. After the change, he went 20-1 with a 1.37 earned run average for the rest of the season. His 10 complete game shutouts that season all occurred in the last 4 months of the season. He is also the last major league player to hit double digits in shutouts. During the heart of the division race in 1985, he pitched 2 consecutive shutouts to start the month of September. Then he went toe-to-toe with the Cy Young winner that season, Dwight Gooden, pitching 10 shutout innings for his 3rd shutout in a row. In his first start in October, he would again shut out the Mets over 10 innings, but it wouldn't be enough. The Mets would get a solo shot from Darryl Strawberry in the 11th to win the game. During an interview after his 20th win that season, he gave most of the credit to his defense, saying he couldn't have done it without them. In the National League Championship Series, he would lose Game 1 after allowing 3 runs over 5 2/3 innings, but would bounce back in Game 4, only allowing 1 run over 7 innings. He started out the World Series strong by winning Games 1 and 4 and only allowing 1 run, but arm fatigue would finally get to him in Game 7 and he wouldn't make it out of the 3rd inning. He would finish 2nd in Cy Young voting that season, going 21-8 with a 1.93 earned run average. He had 14 complete games and led the National League in shutouts and whip. What made this season even more interesting is the fact that he never won more than 13 games in any season before or after 1985.
Name a baseball player that exemplifies what it means to be a great teammate.
First pitch on the way to Joey Wentz is a strike to Shaw, who's batting .231 on the year. It's 0-1. Lefty-righty matchup. peppered foul to the right side. It's 0-2. Wentz, 4 strikeouts through 2 innings so far. Pretty good work. 37 pitches on the night. The 0-2. Pops it back foul. Do it again. What is for Din Din tonight, y'all? What y'all eating? Sitting around listening to the game. I have one of my usual. So Justin said he just had a taco salad. The 0-2 in the dirt, 1-2. Is that a real taco salad where it's built inside a taco, or did you just throw a bunch of corn chips in there? 1-2 count. Brunson's baked beans, bread, dill pickle chips. That ain't country, I'll kiss your ass. 1-2. Misses high, 4-seam fastball, 2-2. So a 2-2 count. Y'all know that song. Mark, did you order the pizza or did you fire it up in the oven at home? A 2-2 count. Grilled broccolini, baked tater. The 2-2 outside wide, 3-2. Welcome to the club, JJ. I normally have something that can be handheld back here, but I usually try to eat a little before the game. A small snack during and then eat after. The 3-2 pops it up. Can of corn, right side. Matt Olson, he'll make the catch, and 1 down. So long at bat there, but it turns into an out. Joey Wentz has given up the 1 hit. The Braves are hitless, though they have drawn a walk by Matt Olson. So Imanaga with the no-hitter going through just the 3rd inning. Alcantara, the youngster, the right side of the plate, Kelvin Alcantara. First pitch on the way. Curveball. Right there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Comes set. Gets some fire. Swing. Fists it towards right, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Kind of an inside-out swing. Had just enough to get it over the infield. And Alcantara's got his first major league hit of 2025 coming up from AAA. Of course, the roster's expanded yesterday, so you're going to see a lot of guys. Haven't gotten into it yet, haven't had a chance, but the Braves, I hope we get to see him tonight, but regardless, we should see him the next couple of nights. What is considered their best young arm in the bullpen down on the farm was added to the roster today. First pitch on the way is a 4-seam fastball to Nico Horner. It's 0-1. And expect to see a lot of these moves, and we talk about it all the time that come September, especially when you're not in a pennant race. You can move guys in and out of your active roster. It happens more when you're at home, but you do have the leeway to do it on the road as well, depending on who you bring with you. 0-1 down and in. Young Hayden Harris, who when he comes in, the southpaw is 6 foot, 186 pounds. And that may not sound like a whole lot, but he can bring it. Flip it over to first real quick to keep Alcantara close by. The 1-1 swing, runner goes, ball's hammered into left field. Eli's on it, looks back to runner. As Alcantara thought about turning on the Jets and heading to third, but he slams on the brakes and it's station to station for the Cubs with just 1 out. Thank you for the channel support there, Justin. So runners on first and second, one out, and Kyle Tucker, who is speaking of free agents, he's a free agent at the end of the season. He's going to get paid in a big way. Lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way. Cutter in the dirt. It's 1-0. Dodgers and Pirates are 4-4 in the sixth inning. Mets still lead the Tigers 6-2. They're heading to the seventh in Detroit, Michigan. They're in Cincinnati, Ohio tonight, and the Blue Jays are up 10-8 in a good old-fashioned barn burner versus the Reds. Guardians 7, Red Sox 7. High-scoring games tonight. That game's in Fenway. The 1-0 swing rips it down the first base line. It's 1-1. We'll pull the screen back so you can see the defense a little better. Good speed there out there at center field. Anything that gets down would likely score. They're in Minnesota tonight. The Twins lead the White Sox 2-1. There was a big threat of rain. I guess they're going to dodge it. Cardinals trail the Athletics in St. Louis 1-0. In Houston, Texas, the Yankees and the Astros 0-0. Max Fried night versus, I believe it's Valdez. Giants are at the Rockies later on tonight. 1-1 swing and a miss. Cutter. It's 1-2. And later on at 9:40, it's Orioles and Padres and Rangers at the Diamondbacks. Here in the great state of Florida, the Rays are leading the Mariners 2-0. And in your nation's capital, the Nationals lead the Marlins 5-2, and that's your out-of-town scoreboard. One-two, got her way outside the zone, 2-2. Standing on deck is Suzuki. You can ill afford to just pitch around Tucker. You need to. Double play would get you out of this as the infield's back into the right. Double play depth, the 2-2 blasts it high and deep. Down the right field line, bending. Foul. Plenty of distance, but it took a right turn at Albuquerque. We'll do it again to it. The 2-2 count. Brings it. Swing, lifts it into left field. Going back on the track, over the wall. 3-run bomb. And the Cubs have taken the lead 3-0 over the Atlanta Braves. Heater on the outside part of the plate got way too much of the plate. And Tucker didn't try to do too much with it. He just went with it, and the wind did the rest. Pretty much dead center of the plate, led her high. He went with it, didn't try to pull it. That pitch is gone. So here we go. 3-0. Going to have to put some runs on the board tonight to win this one. First pitch to Suzuki is 92 outside wide. It's 1-0. That pitch is right there in the zone. I don't know what in the world's going on with home plate umpire Andy Fletcher, although he's one of the lower rated umpires in all of Major League Baseball. The 1-0 misses down and in, ball 2-0. 2-0 count. That home run by Tucker just cleared the wall at 381 over left. It was enough to put the Cubs on the board, and they strike first blood. The 2-1 count. Wentz looks in, swing, Chops it hard, foul down the line, 2-2. Good start to the game, 2 innings and 4 strikeouts, no earned runs, just the 1 hit. Bumpy 3rd inning as he's given up 3 hits and 3 runs and just the 1 out. Mets now lead the Tigers 8-2 in Detroit in the 7th. The 2-2. Screen froze. Okay. The 2-2 count, down and in, ball 3, 3-2. He will walk the batter as they head down the line. Heads down to first with 1 out, 1 on. Kranitz goes out there to talk to him. Heads back to the dugout. Now he's mailed it in. Kranitz isn't even wearing a jersey. He just got some kind of sweatshirt on. Okay. It's that time of the year, that time of the season. So Kranitz heads back to the dugout. Braves trail by 3. All scored in this inning. Carson Kelly, the batter. The hind catcher for the Chicago Cubs. First pitch swinging. Curveball, swing and a miss. It's 0-1. I'd like to get pretty good length out of Wentz tonight. He's at 60 pitches here in the 3rd. The 0-1. Swing, foul straight back. It's 0-2. Still 10-8 in Cincinnati. They're in the 5th. Shootout. I mean, they've already put 18 runs up in there. They've just started the bottom of the 5th. Oh, 2 count. Swing, fouls it straight back. Stay alive, 94. About letter high. We'll do it again, 0-2. Cubs 3, Braves nothing. Bottom of the 3rd. The 0-2 from Wentz. Teardrop down below the knees, 1-2. He's gone curveball, fastball, curve, the 1-2 swing. That ball's belted down the line. Left field, just foul. He smoked that one. It's a hanger and a banger. But couldn't quite keep it between the ditches. And it goes into the crowd just past the foul pole. One-two count. Good to see you, JC. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him with the changeup on the outer edge. That show me change. He rarely uses it. Comes in at about just like his curveball, but it stays straight as opposed to going down. His curveball typically goes about a 1-7 type curve. That change is very slow, but it stays straight. So it's got a big drop. And I'd say that the batter thought it was going to bend towards him. First pitch on the way is a 4-seamer right there for a strike. It's 0-1. What you're seeing tonight is a perfect example why I think Joey Wentz is going to be a great addition to the bullpen next year and not the starting rotation. Because when a team sees him for the second and third time through, they usually get to him. The 0-1s chopped down the line, first base side, but just foul. Olsen tried to get to it before it rolled foul so he could step on the bag, but he just a bit too late. It's 0-2. But if you can have Joey Wentz come in and face a team, and I'm not even talking about high leverage innings, I'm talking about coming in the 6th or 7th, he can go in for a couple of innings. It's kind of an old school throwback relief mentality that he used to have in the 60s and 70s of a guy coming in going in 2 and 3 innings. The 0-2 misses high, 1-2. I don't think they really viewed it the same way, but today's game, it's evolving back to that because there are guys you like to see on the bump, but you don't want him facing that lineup a second time through. Joey Wentz is a perfect example. The 1-2. Swing, lifts it into right field, coming in, and it'll drop in front of Acuna. Behind Ozzie. Ozzie will grab it, fire it back into the infield, and it's a Texas leaguer for a single for Justin Turner. Softly hit ball, but just got over the outstretched glove of Ozzie Albies. The Braves were playing Turner on an overshift again, so Ozzie had a long way to go. They're playing him pretty normal. He's probably going to get to it. He had a long way to go on that one. Just dropped over his head. So runners on the corners, 2 outs. Cubs have put 3 across in this inning. Joey Wentz trying to find a way out of this jam. 2 downs, runners on the corners. Ian Happ now the batter. On deck is Swanson. Lefty-righty matchup. The first pitch on the way. 92 at the knees. It's all right. Those of y'all listening on radio, I know there's a contest going on. We're going to be getting to that here probably next inning in the turn-back time ball. The 0-1. Swing rips it through and off the glove of Kim, and that's going to be a run. The camera didn't pan over there until the middle of the play, so I got to look and see what actually happened there. Bad production by the Braves television team. Trying to look at the replay now. The short hop, and Kim couldn't get over there. Just under his glove. Once again, they have him on the overshift. If he's playing normal center shortstop, he's right there. But a hard hit ball, 104 miles an hour off the bat, just gets under the glove, and it's 4-0 Chicago. Curveball down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. I know they will always try to tell you that this overshift works, but I just feel like it does more issues, causes more issues than it solves. 1-0. Cutter right there for a strike. It's 1-1 count. Long inning for Joey Wentz. He's thrown 38 pitches. And they're going to have to get somebody up in the near future. He can't keep going out there. The 1-1, swing and a miss. Good cutter. It's 1-2. Just an awful inning for Joey Wentz. Warming up in the bullpen is the right-hander. Looks like that's Munoz. They didn't put it on the screen. Is the 1-2 down and in? 2-2. 2-2 count. Couldn't see his jersey, but I'm pretty sure that was Roddy Munoz. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Finally got out of that nonsense. We'll be back in a flash. 4-0 your score, but the heart of the order coming up for the Bravos.
For nothing, it's 9:30 in the morning. You're peeling potatoes?
I know what time it is.
What are you doing?
You got your uncles coming in later. You want to eat later on today? This generation. I'm done. What are you going to do? Call DoorDash when you have company? DoorDash? send me some potatoes.
Okay, answer this question 100% honest.
Okay.
Okay? If I died, would you get remarried?
No, probably not.
What, you don't like being married?
I mean, yeah, obviously I do.
So then you would.
Yeah, I guess. Yes, I'd get remarried.
Would you guys stay in this house?
Yeah, it's a new house. Why not?
Would she drive my car?
Yeah, it's a new car.
Would you sleep in our bed?
Yes.
Would she wear my jewelry?
No, she'd probably have her own jewelry.
Would you replace all the photos of me in the house with her?
Probably. It's probably the right thing to do.
Are you gonna take her golfing?
Yeah, golfing's always fun.
Is she gonna use my golf clubs?
No, she's left-handed.
Armchair.
I'm going to go, and I guess to hone it in, I was going to say chemicals, but cleaning supplies.
Okay, yeah,
you
I like it.
You can go cheap on them. You can buy store brand. Doesn't clean to your satisfaction. Just add a little more to it.
What you and I have told the American public today is there's certain things that you don't want to go cheap on, but if it comes down to your health or your cleanliness, you're fine with it.
Armchair.
Every magnate in the country is indebted to this man, Harry Wright, for the establishment of baseball as a business, and every patron for furnishing him with a systematic recreation. Every player is indebted to him for inaugurating an occupation by which he gains a livelihood, and the country at large for adding one more industry to furnish employment, sporting.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way to Matt Olson. There's a strike right down Main Street, lefty-lefty matchup. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Swing rips it down the first base line. That ball's going to get down where the green grass grows. Matt Olson's heading for second. That ball stuck up against the ivy. Here comes the throw into the infield. They fire it down to third, and Matt Olson. Holy Toledo. Matt Olson with the stand-up triple. Pinch me, I must be dreaming.
This is not watered down. This is Ice House.
Ice House. Smooth as it gets.
The Ice House rips it into the corner. And the Atlanta Braves got one in scoring position. Time to come through. Ozzie Albies the batter. First pitch on the way. Swung on and fouled straight back. It's 0-1. Ozzie Albies flew out his first time up on the first pitch he saw. Swung at the second pitch he saw. Let's hope he starts working the count here. The 0-1. In the dirt. Ball gets away. Ball gets far away, and Ice House will come home and score. He says, I don't need anybody to get me home, baby. Not with this speed.
This is not watered down. This is Ice House.
Ice House. Smooth as it gets.
He takes those long giraffe legs and heads on down to home, and the Braves are on the board. It's 4-1. Ball kicked off and rolled towards the on-deck circle of the third base side. The Cubs call home as the four-seam fastball follows that up, misses out high and out of the zone, 2-1. See what happens when you take a pitch or two here, Ozzie? It's like, come on, man. Good to see you, David. The 2-1. High and out of the zone, 3-1. So a 3-1 count. Ozzie looking back at home plate umpire Andy Fletcher to verify the count at 3-1. 3-1 pitch. Swing, pops it up. Just out of play, first base side. We'll do it again. Full count. Ozzie with 13 home runs on the year, batting .236 on the 2025 season. Much below his average. But he's hit much better in the back half of the season after the All-Star break. We'll say after about the first week of August, the payoff pitch. Swing! That ball's belted down the left field line. Get up, get up, get up! She is zip, boom, bam, it's gone! Ram-a-lam-a ding-dong. A solo shot, and the Braves have cut the lead in half. It's 4-2 from the Wiz. 377 happy feet later.
I'm the Wiz, I'm the Wiz.
Swats it over the wall. That ball just creeped over the wall. Got out of here in a hurry. 377 happy feet later, and the Braves have made it a 4-2 ball game. Just what the doctor ordered. Quick mound visit out there. While that happens, we'll go ahead and start this up. Here we go. Where's the intro? I got the buttons mixed around on them. Here we go. This is your turn back time vault. Uncle Charlie's vault. First pitch on the way to Ozuna is a swing and a miss. Splitter over the top. It's 0-1. Imanaga at 41 pitches. The 0-1. Swings at the splitter over the top once again. It's 0-2. This young man played for the Rockies, the Giants, had stints with the Indians and the White Sox, but he's most well known for as a Boston Red Sox. Is he 0-2? Outside wide. 1-2. For those of you in Radio Land or calling into your different stations, I'm sure they've given you the number over the air. The first one to get it gets it. 1-2. Outside wide 2-2. We'll continue to give clues until people figure it out. Who is I? Who I is. He's a two-time All-Star and a Gold Glove winner. He's even won the Silver Slugger Award 2 times. He's in the Red Sox Hall of Fame. The 2-2 bangs it foul down the line. We'll do it again. He's from Braves country in Mississippi, but was raised in Texas. The 2-2 count. Swing, rips it down the third base line. It's a fair ball off the glove of the third baseman Shaw, and the Big Zoo gets in there and gets on base. Should be an infield single. That ball was rocketed off the glove of Shaw. He was trying to knock it down. He did a good job of making contact, but the Big Zoo gets things working here, and there's still nobody out. First pitch on the way. Michael Harris the second. Money Mike stands in. It's 0-1. Lefty-lefty matchup. Pull the screen back to see everything. Runner on base. The 0-1 chops it over to second. They're going to throw it down to second, get the lead runner. Harris will be safe, and he'll switch spots with Ozuna. It's a fielder's choice, one away. Do want to make sure we hit up. Is that Brian? Thank you, Brian, for the channel support. All right, back to the Who Is I? Who I Is. I think I like Who I Is. This man was an outfielder for the Boston Red Sox, hit over 300 home runs. It's a four-seam fastball, misses 1-0. I don't think I've seen it in the chat yet. And if I do see it in the chat, I'll still give it a little while till I start getting messages that we got it at the radio station. The 1-0 count. Stations, I should say. Flips it over to first. Yes, I can see your messages. Somebody's inboxing us from one of the radio lands. 1-0 count. Runner at first, one out. Flips it over to first, and they got Michael in a rundown. He got caught with his hand in the cookie jar, and Harris is going to be tagged out. Turner runs him down. He was going, and then Managa got him. 2 down. Bad base running there by Harris. You're down by 2. You don't want to get picked off. Man, I'll tell you what, that almost looks like a balk. His foot went towards home plate. How is that not a balk? Of course, that's what we're getting from the... First pitch on the way off of that is a splitter, misses high and outside. Hassan Kim, it's 2-0. Kim grounded out his first time up. The 2-0 count. Swing, rips it up the middle. Sliding stop by Dansby, fires it to first, and a perfect throw will end the inning. But not for your Atlanta Braves. Put 2 on the board. We'll finish up with the Who I Is when we return here in Braves country.
Maybe I'm the problem.
What was your unsupervised childhood activity that definitely should have killed you?
I used to fart in the pool and try to go underwater and sniff it.
Cause he's the armchair quarterback, the all-American man.
My number 3 that I can't go cheap on, cereal.
Oh, yeah. There's a couple of kinds that you can do, but if you're talking about, like, don't ever try to do the generic Frosted Flakes.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's like soggy before you even pour the milk on it.
It's before you even open the bag, it's soggy. You're like, how'd that happen? It came with its own liquid.
Armchair.
I love you, Rihanna.
Oh, no, you don't love me. You don't love nobody. You love your own self. Somebody love you. And sorry. You don't tell nobody you're sorry.
Hey, Braves country, I'm Mac McGee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves country baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines and react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball.
Baseball has fallen. Yes, the national game has become degraded. At certain match games, large amounts of money changed hands among the spectatorate. A noted New York club is said to have sold the results of a match. Barked chins and broken fingers may be easily amended, but a disfigured reputation may never be entirely repaired. Once more, abandon the bat, boys, if you cannot keep the game pure.
First pitch on the way from Wentz to Shaw is down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. Braves trail 4-2, but have just cut the lead in half. The triple and a wild pitch with Olsen and a home run by Ozzie. 1-0. Swing and a miss. Back to Who I Is. He had his best season in 1996, where he led the National League. Curveball in the dirt. 2-1. In runs and slug, along with total bases and extra hits. He's traded to the San Francisco Giants midseason. 1998. And in 2000, it's a 2-1. Right there for a strike. It's 2-2. He's batting fifth behind Barry Bonds and Jeff Kent. And by the way, Kent belongs in the Hall of Fame. He won the 2000 Willie Mack Award for his spirit and leadership. That ought to give you pretty strong way to Google that out for those who haven't. I thought people would get this guy a little quicker. Signed by the Cleveland Indians after that season. He played as a DH the rest of his career. It's not Benin, it's not Matt Williams. 18 years, finished with 352 home runs, 1,206 RBI, 1,200 runs, 2,100 hits, 400 doubles, 63 triples, 181 stolen bases, 793 walks in 2,000 games, a .983 fielding percentage. Pitch on the way is right there, cutter at the knees, it's over. He has joined Nesson in 2021 as a studio analyst and color commentator for Boston Red Sox games. He's the 0-1 in the dirt 1-1. I know those of y'all, I see that some of the stations up there in that region have already gotten it. And there it is, Iron Lung. Got it. It is Ellis Burks. Curveball on the way is in the dirt to Alcantara. It's 2-1. The 2-1 count. '83 right there at the knees. 2-2. Cutter missing. Alcantara, who singled his first time up, the rookie, coming up with his first at bats here in 2025 on the major league level. Munoz is still warming up in the pen, so I'd say he's going to be the next one out no matter what. The 2-2. Swing. Chops it foul. We'll do it again. Justin, I don't know if you missed it. We've got it on the screen. It's Ellis Burks. Ellis Burks is the answer. Jim Tomey's not a bad guess, though. The 2-2 count, swing and a miss, strike 3. Yeah, he predates, his career predates David Ortiz, Brian. He started in 87. I didn't realize when we pulled him, I didn't realize he started as early as 87. I always had him in my mind as a 90s guy. But I think it's mainly because he came into his own in the early 90s with that Red Sox team. First pitch on the way to Nico Horner, swung on, chopped on the ground, over to short. Good play by Kim. He'll fire it to first, and that'll end the inning. So the Cubs go scoreless. We'll try to put some more on the board and cut into this 4-2 lead.
Maybe I'm the problem. Nah, that doesn't even sound right. Stay woke in these streets.
Major League Baseball pitcher Brady Singer's mom reading the letter he sent her just before Christmas.
I love you, Mom and Dad. Dear Mom and Dad, I just want to say thank you for everything you've done to help me reach my dreams. From Woodley Field to Kaufman's. There's absolutely no way I could have done all this by myself. Both of you constantly took off of work and spent every dime you made just to put a smile on my face. My smile and appreciation for both of you has never stopped, and it never will. I will always remember traveling around Florida for baseball, trying to cheaply eat and save money, but I never could because you both always wanted me to have the best stuff to help me pursue my dreams. The money you both spent on traveling, gear, hotel, food, and all of those Gatorades I drank is much more than I could ever give you, but there was something I want to give to you. I am paying off the loan from the bank. Also, I paid off all your debt as well. What? Now, instead of trying to save money every weekend to replace the savings account you drained on traveling to play baseball, you can spend it on yourselves. Because you deserve the very best, I want you both to know how much I appreciate you and how none of this would be possible without you. Your giving hearts helped to shape my tiny dream into a reality. I love you both more than you could ever imagine and will never forget what you both have done. Now let's go celebrate. Merry Christmas. Love always, Brady.
Despite their pleas for forgiveness, Hulbert banned all 4 players from baseball forever. For 5 years, Jim Devlin haunted the corridors outside meetings of the National League club owners, hoping somehow to be reinstated. Desperate, he wrote to Harry Wright, still the most respected man in the game. Harry Wright did nothing.
Welcome back. Top of the 5th we go. We've got another one that'll be coming up here in a couple innings. Another Who Is I? The first pitch on the way off the 1-0 is swung on and belted. The Book of Eli. Zip, boom, bam, it's gone. Ram-a-lamma, ding-dong, a solo shot. Little white lightning to start off the 5th. Eli White hits his 8th home run of the year. 409 happy feet, 106 miles an hour off the bat, and it's a 4-3 game. How about them apples? Holy cow.
Cursed be the ground for our sake. Both thorns and thistles it shall bring forth for us. For out of the ground we were taken, from the dust we are. To the dust we shall return.
First pitch on the way to Sean Murphy. There's a sweeper off the plate. It's 1-0. 4-3 your score, but the Braves trailed 4-0 just 2 innings ago. 1-0. Down below the knees. 2-0 count. Kicks and fires. Just below the knees, ball 3-3-0. The fan that caught the ball was rooted on by his friends. They're all Cubs fans. I assume he's a Cubs fan. I think he's just probably at the game. He doesn't have any gear on. It's a 3-0, 4-seam at the knees, 3-1. They rooted him on to throw the ball back into the infield, which is tradition here at Wrigley. But they keep panning back to him, and he's smiling. I know what he's saying to his friends. Man, I wanted to keep that ball to 3-1. Swing! That ball's belted high and deep. I don't think it's going to be quite enough as it goes back toward the warning track. That thing about brought rain. Falls down into the warning track, into the glove of Ian Happ for a long high out number 1. And they're getting to him. Normally really good pitcher, but when Sean Murphy's getting a good swing on it, it might be time to warm up the bullpen. That'll go to Nacho Alvarez, who's the number 9 hitter. First pitch right there on the outer edge for a strike. It's 0-1. You think about this offense. Nacho is now your number 9 hitter. A couple of days ago, he was your number 7 hitter, right? Think about this offense in 2026. Is the 0-1. Right down the pipe for a strike, it's 0-2. Assuming health, and you can have a healthy Austin Riley, this is going to be a long lineup. I think you'll get an improvement at designated hitter. Nothing against Ozuna. He's given us some good years, but I think he might be towards the end of his road as an elite home run hitter. Is the 0-2 in the dirt 1-2. You're talking about, we'll do this in the offseason, kind of play around what the lineup will look like. But now the weakest hitters in the entire roster are going to be a pretty decent hitting guy that gets on base quite a lot, and Kim. 1-2, misses outside wide, 2-2. And if they keep Sean Murphy around, Sean Murphy when he plays. But every day, if you've got Drake in there, if you've got Kim over Allen's bat, of course, Riley over Nacho Alvarez's bat, the 2-2, so he pops it up. And you should still be able to bring back Eli White as well. So you're going to have depth on that bench with Eli and Nick Allen. This team starts looking pretty good, and assuming health with the starting rotation, you come back to 2026. It's like all these people were freaking out a couple of months ago talking about tear it down, start over. This is a good core. You don't tear this down. The 2-2 chops it over to the mound. Imanaga's got plenty of time, flips it first. 4-3, 2 away. This will be a deep team, and you're talking about your bench as opposed to your starters would be, if you want to leave them up, Nacho, Eli, and Allen, but you may send Nacho down to continue to develop and get everyday at-bats more than anything else. Ronald Acuna Jr., the batter, first pitch on the way, swing and a miss off the plate. Splitter. It's on one. See that hesitated leg kick of Imanaga. He'll change the pace of that. That's pretty common in the leagues overseas. The 0-1 swing popped up. Just got underneath that. He'll give it a ride, but it's going to end up dying in the glove at the warning track. That wind must be wreaking havoc. A couple of times out there, Ian Happ has had a heck of a time making the catch, but that'll end the inning. But not for the book of Eli.
Cursed be the ground.
Makes it a one-run game.
Thorns and
Go to the bottom of the fifth.
bring forth
See if we can be a pain in those teams trying to get to October.
Rich, wait a minute. Do you think you can get me a tape of the show?
What on earth for?
Well, how often do you get to hear your son on the radio?
I'm on the radio every day!
Cause he's the armchair quarterback. He's full of beer and he's full of snacks.
It could be like a government conspiracy, but it also could be something like, Bigfoot. What's your number one?
We never went to the moon. I don't believe it. I think it's a hoax.
All right.
They filmed it in a studio. Why didn't we ever go back?
All right, the crazies is coming out in us today. I'll see that and I'll raise you Area 51. I think there's little Martians and everything running around out there, and I think we're hiding something. We're hiding something out there. There's too many accounts of too many things that go wrong, and don't keep on telling me that it was a balloon that went by. The balloons aren't that big, okay? They don't go by that often. It's a little strange we haven't seen one in the last 30 years since technology's gotten better. There's been too many times where they've interviewed guys who were out there, and they say, when they ask them, can you say what you've seen? And he goes, no, I'm sworn to secrecy. Well, why are you sworn to secrecy if nothing happened out there? Something went down.
Armchair.
I would put a committee together, get some coaches, get some players, and let's try to work this thing out. We can't ask these politicians nothing. Those people are awful people. They're all crooks.
On February 2nd, 1876, at Manhattan's Grand Central Hotel, a group of club owners, eager to tighten their control of the game, restore its respectability, and most of all to ensure greater profits, started a new association. They called it the National League of Professional Baseball Clubs.
Welcome back. Four to 3 your score. Cubs lead as we go to the bottom of the fifth inning. First pitch on the way, lefty-lefty matchup. Fires a four-seamer. Fouled straight back. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Tucker with the 3-run home run his last time up. The 0-1 pitch. Down and in, changeup, 1-1. Wentz at 91 pitches. This could be his last batter. Although he did hit a home run off them, so I don't know how good a strategy this is. But there's righties due up after this. The 1-1 bangs it high and deep down the line. Foul. 1-2. That is the pitch that he took yard. Quit throwing that thing to him. He can see it. You're obviously not fooling him. 8 strikeouts. with 4 earned runs. The 1-2 just got a piece of it. Do it again. The 1-2 count, swing, slaps it back foul, do it again. We're going on those slow benders. He's timing them up. Got to figure at some point they're going to try to go on the outer edge with something. Some heat on the outer edge. The 1-2 brings it. Curveball in the dirt. 2-2. Two count. 4-3 your score. Hit the out-of-town scoreboard here in a second as the Pirates are in Pittsburgh, beating the Dodgers 8-6 in the 8th. The 2-2 lifted into shallow center field. Giving chase is Harris, and that's going to be a blooper, a seeing eye single. And Tucker with the second hit of the day. And that will be it. So, strange philosophy. Send him out there for one more guy, but it's the guy that rattled the 3-run home run off you. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country. 4-3 your score. And Munoz coming out of the pen. This date, 1890, on Labor Day at Brooklyn's Washington Park, the Brooklyn Bridegrooms, later to be known as the Trolley Dodgers, win all 3 games against the Pittsburgh Alleghenies, who will become the Pittsburgh Pirates the following season, 10-9-4. On this date, 1966, Tim McCarver's third-inning triple, his 13th and final one of the season, plates Orlando Cepeda in the Cardinals' 7-4 victory over the Atlanta Braves at Busch Stadium. The 22-year-old Memphis, Tennessee native will become the first backstop to lead the National or American League in 3 baggers in Major League history. And on this date in 2001, Chicago Cubs slugger Sammy Sosa hits the longest home run in Turner Field history. When he hits a 2-run shot, the outfielder's 53rd of the season, it travels 471 feet to straightaway center. The historic homer in the first inning comes off 4 times in Chicago's 5-3 victory over the Braves in Atlanta. And that's your Braves Country Radio on this date in baseball history. Find us on YouTube and Facebook today. Welcome back, Braves Country. Bottom of the 5th. Going back to the vault one more time tonight. Try to sprinkle this in as we go along here. This one should be much easier than the last one. Raldy Munoz, a 2.75 ERA. Down in the minors this year. First pitch on the way is a 97-mile sinker. High and inside. It's 1-0. Munoz comes in 6'2". 183-pounder. Is the 1-0 chopped up the middle. It's going to be Kim to Ozzie to Olsen. Not quite in time. Slow developing double play. They tried to get the shovel turned in time, but it was a slow roller. Good feed by Kim. A good turn and throw by Ozzie, just took too long to develop. So they'll switch places. Now 1 out. And the first pitch on the way to Carson Kelly's 98 inside. It's 1-0. 1-0. Munoz, 25-year-old. Brings it, swing, chops it over to third. Nacho to Ozzie to Olsen, and that'll get us out of the jam. 5-4-3. We'll be back in a flash. We go to the 6th inning in the heart of the order, coming to the plate for the Bravos.
She'll have a whole crotch full of STDs and still call herself a snack. Okay, food poisoning.
Got a text from my ex the other day, said he missed me. I said, I'm sorry, I can't talk right now, I'm at a funeral. He said, oh my God, who died? I said, my feelings for you did. Bye. Armchair.
Here are some baseball facts that you might not have known. Prince Fielder is one of the most memorable home run hitters in the recent past, whose career was unfortunately cut short. His father, Cecil Fielder, was also known for hitting home runs. Cecil finished his career with 319 home runs, and 18 years later, his son Prince also finished his career with 319 home runs.
Okay, first of all, I didn't miss the red flags. I looked at them and thought, that's sexy. And that's my problem.
Alta Weiss was a doctor's daughter from Ragersville, Ohio, who began to pitch for boys' teams at the age of 14. At 17, she joined a men's semi-professional team.
Miss Weiss can easily lay claim to being the only one who can handle the ball from the pitcher's box in such style that some of the best semi-pros are made to fan the atmosphere. The Lorraine Times-Herald.
1,200 people turned out to see her make her professional debut. She gave up only 4 hits and a single run in 5 innings. Soon, special trains were being run out from Cleveland whenever she pitched, and thousands paid to see her play. In 1908, her father bought her a barnstorming semi-pro team, which he renamed the Weiss All-Stars. She eventually put herself through medical school with her earnings, practiced as a physician, and spent her last years sitting on her porch in Ohio, watching children play the game she loved. But it would be 4 decades before women finally got a chance to play in their own professional league.
Welcome back. Matt Olson leads us off. Ozzie Albies stands on deck. Ozuna in the hole. As we start the 6th inning, first pitch on the way. Splitter, 82 miles an hour. About letter high, lefty-lefty. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Oh-2 count. Olsen tripled and scored a run after a wild pitch his last time out. He's also walked 1 for 1 on the day. The 0-2 from Imanaga. Leg kick, down and away. Splitter in the dirt, 1-2. Same 2 teams back tomorrow night. The 1-2 swing lifted into left, deep but not deep enough. Happ is out there. He'll make the grab. 1 down. One up, 1 down, and Ozzie Albies comes to the plate. Try to start this again. First pitch on the way is a splitter. Fouled straight back. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Down and in. Splitter. Did he go around? He did not, says Malachi Moore. 1-1 count. Set, kicks and fires. Right there, good sweeper. Buckled him. It's 1-2. Lefty-righty matchup, the 1-2. Swing, chops it down the line, foul. Do it again. Braves 3, Cubs 4. Top of the 6th. The 1-2. Up top, misses high. Ball 2, 2-2. Two count. Imanaga about to throw his 76th pitch of the night. Looks in, brings it. Swing, lifts it into left field. That ball's going to get down for a base hit. And it's a 1-out single by Ozzie Albies. The Wiz is on once again.
I'm the Wiz, I'm the Wiz, I'm the Wiz, I'm the Wiz, and nobody beats me.
Good piece of hitting there by Ozzie. The looping sweeper on the inside part of the zone down around the knees, and he was able to get down there and lift it over Dansby Swanson's head into left field for a 1-out single. That'll bring Marcell Ozuna to the plate. The Big Zoo, first pitch on the way, 94 miles an hour up top. It's 0-1. The 1-0. Swing, chops it over to third, and that's going to be an inning-ending double play. Ozuna, that's one of the reasons why they're going to be getting rid of him. We got to get faster. With Ozuna and Murphy, anything that gets hit on the ground is 2 outs. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
Someone calls you fat, just ignore them. You're bigger than that.
Hey, Braves Country, I'm Mac McGee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves Country baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines and react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball. Your favorite shot?
Favorite shot? I don't know. I had it last night. Lots of them. I think it's called the Picklehead, where it's a shot of Jameson with a little bit of pickle juice chaser, and it's the most wonderful and terrible thing I've ever had in my drinking life. Because once you take the shot, and then you take the pickle juice, there's no burn. There's absolutely no burn, right? And then you're like, well, shoot, yeah, it's just Kool-Aid at that point. It can lead to very bad things. Trust me.
Armchair.
It is ridiculous to pay ball players $2,000 a year, especially when the $800 boys often do just as well.
William A. Hulbert, a ruthless coal magnate who owned the Chicago White Stockings, became the National League's president. He immediately took steps to revive the reputation of the professional game. Players were forbidden to drink on the field or off. No beer was to be served on the grounds, and no games were to be played on Sunday. Power was to be invested in the owners, not the players.
You're listening to Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball. Welcome back. First pitch swinging by Michael Bush, who's on to pinch hit for Justin Turner as we start the bottom of the sixth inning, hammers it down the first base line, foul. It's 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup, the 0-1, pops it up, gets underneath it, slider, and Harris camps out underneath it, looks into the Chicago sky, makes the catch, one away. One up, one down. We go to the vault again for the second time tonight. And this one should be a lot easier for you folks to get. We'll continue to give clues until we know it's said and done in radio land. First pitch on the way is a slider right there on the outer edge for a strike. It's on one. This man was born in Chicago, where we're at tonight, in Chicago, Illinois. First pitch on the way, swung on and fouled away. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Banged down the line. It's 0-2. The 0-2 count. Swing. Lifts it down the line. Bending. Just foul. Into the stands. Oh, 2 count. Kicks and fires. Down in the dirt. Sinker. 1-2. Braves 3, Cubs 4. One, 2. Munoz brings it. Swing. Chopper back across the mound. Munoz put his pitching hand up. Thankfully, he missed it. Kim's got it, fires it to first, and it's a 6-3 put out, 2 down. A, he might have ricocheted it, and B, he could have hurt his pitching hand, and I think Kim and Ozzy are saying something to the youngster like, dude, don't put your pitching hand up to try to catch that thing barehanded. I mean, maybe if we're in a pennant race, but don't do that to yourself. The last thing you need to do is go in the IL for that. First pitch on the way is a slider down and away. It's 0-1. 0-1. Swing. Bangs it down the line, foul. It's 0-2. 0-2 count. Braves trail by 1. Pitch to Dansby Swanson, slider outside wide, 1-2. So born in Chicago, Illinois. He was a Major League Baseball All-Star 10 times. 1-2. Down and away. 2-2. He had over 200 home runs and 2,000 hits in his career. And a batting average above 300. It's the 2-2 check swing. Did he go around? He did not. Moore said he held up down the first base side. Full count. He won the Gold Glove and the Silver Slugger Award. Both getting a 6-pack in both. So full count. You got to speed up your play there, Justin. We came back about 5 minutes ago. You must be a touch behind. Our 3D was down, but it appears that your stream is down. The payoff pitch. Inside ball 4, and he'll head on down to first. So a 2-out walk to continue the 6th inning. He is his number was retired as he played his entire career for one team. He is in the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame. He is in the Hall of Fame of the team that he played for. He retired his number, and he was the RBI leader one year as the sinker misses high and out of the zone to To Shaw, it's 1-0. He was also a batting champion, but he did not win those in the same years. He won the Roberto Clemente Award. 1-0. Down and in, 2-0. So a 2-0 count. Pitch on the way inside, almost gets him in the handball. 3-0. He played his Major League Baseball in the 80s and 90s. 3-0 up top. Sinker. Must have just hit the zone. 3-1. 3-1 count to Shaw. The number 8 hitter in the order. 1 on, 2 out. And the pitch goes inside, ball 4. So Munoz walks another, and he is having quite the issue now. Finding the zone. Sean Murphy will go out there and have a quick talk with him. Tony Gwynn's not a bad guess, John. He's got something in common with him. He beat your beloved Braves in the 1991 series and passed away way too early at the age of 45. These Minnesota Twins won 2 World Series in the 1980s. And Willis, you did get it right. We're waiting for a couple more stations to chime in before we give the answer. The slider outside wide to Alcantara. It's 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1-1. We'll give a few more clues for those the stations that have not gotten it yet. After spending the spring of 1996 with a 344 average, he woke up without vision. That ought to be the big giveaway. In March of 96. 0-1 right there for a strike. It's 0-2. Diagnosed with glaucoma. Was never able to play baseball again at the age of 36. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That bat went airborne. We'll be back in a flash. I think all the stations got it. They did. It was Kirby Puckett for those of y'all listening out there in Radio Land.
So apparently it's rude to tap someone on the forehead and say skip intro when they start talking to you.
All-American man.
My typical favorite shot, honestly, is just old Jack D. Well, Ice Cold Jack D. But if I'm going to pick like more of like a shooter type of thing, it is the most dangerous one, and I no longer drink it. But man, a good Jaeger bomb.
I was about to say, it's probably got some Jaegermeister.
But I'm going to tell you right now, do a Jaeger bomb nowadays, I'm probably going to end up in divorce court. So, cause I black out and not only just time travel, I travel. I wake up in other cities. So,
if I remember correctly, you used to like slap your face like Curly, and then you would just do this shuffle step, and then it was on after that.
Yes.
We went into plan M for McGee.
Yes.
All right, execute plan M. Todd, you get the flanks. If anybody's taller than McGee, get him out now.
Oh, yes.
At least that's how I remember it.
Yeah. Well, I don't remember it, and that's kind of the point.
Checkmate.
Armchair.
To further solidify their control, the owners added a reserve clause to the contracts of the 5 best men on every team. It required that each play only for his current employer and reserved his services for the following year. At first, few complained. To be reserved was to be sure of a job for the coming season. Those who did complain that the reserve clause smacked of slavery, fired, then blacklisted. For the first time in the history of the game, players would serve the interests of the owner. For the next 100 years, the professional game would be dominated by those who owned the field and supplied the ball.
Welcome back. Michael Harris II, the batter. First pitch on the way, lefty-lefty matchup. It's 0-1. For those of you, I saw a couple of comments. People didn't realize that he had passed, except for the massive stroke about 10 years after he retired. Is the 0-1 right there for a strike? It's 0-2. Drew Pomeranz is the pitcher now for the Cubs, the southpaw. Set to face Harris, Kim, and Eli. Breaks trail by 1. The 0-2 chops it over to first. That'll be an easy G3 in the scorecard, 1 down. 7th inning stretch is on the way. Ah-Sung Kim, shortstop, newly acquired by the Braves, 0 for 2 on the day with 2 ground outs. First pitch on the way is a strike right there. The outer edge, it's a ball. Can't go by his numbers this year. He's only had 80 at-bats coming into today's game. But a 5.98 OPS, 2 home runs, and 5 RBI. 0-1 misses outside 1. 1-1 count. Swing, fouls it straight back. Ah-Sung Kim, 5'10", 200-pounder is the knuckle curve. It's fought off. It's 1-2. 5'10", 200-pounder from South Korea. 1-2. Inside, 94. Did he go around? They checked down the line. He held up. 2-2. Played in the KBO from 2014 to 2020. Entered Major League Baseball with the Padres April 1st, 2021. The 2-2 count. Swing, slaps it through the hole, and it's a base hit. Good piece of hitting there by Kim, and that's what we're looking for out of that shortstop hole. Good at bat. Doesn't have a ton of power, but he can take it deep, and that was a perfect example of what he can do at the plate, and he's pretty sharp with the glove as well. KBO, he had a lifetime batting average of .294 with 133 home runs in 7 seasons. His four-seam fastball to Eli White, right there for a strike. It's 0-1. In the major leagues, it's a .241 average with 48 home runs, 203 RBI, 82 stolen bases. The 0-1. Check swing, did he go around? Knuckle curve. He did not. 1-1. So he's got pretty good speed. You wouldn't call him necessarily a speed demon, a base stealer, but he'll pick his spots and he'll go. When he was a free agent in 2021, he was someone that we were keeping an eye on as the 1-1 swing and a miss. 1-2. Here in Braves country, we knew that we weren't going to get him because at the time, we still had Dansby Swanson and Ozzie Albies for that matter. But he was one of the big trending free agents coming over. Is it 1-2 fouled away? This offseason, I was hoping we may be able to get him. If y'all tuned into any of the shows in the offseason, he ended up signing a much higher price than I thought he would get Tampa Bay is the 1-2. Check swing. Did he go around? They check down the line. He did. Strike 3. Knuckle curve in the dirt, and Eli couldn't hold off. 2 down. Sean Murphy, the batter now. First pitch on the way, high and inside. Did not pinch it with Drake, and I guess they're going to wait till later in the game where they can send him in against a righty, but he's got good numbers against left-handed pitching. It's not like you have to bench Drake when a lefty's on the mound. All the numbers support it. The 1-0. Swing, pops it up. Back out of play. 2 down here in the 7th. About to go to the 7th inning stretch. Now, I had one years ago, Charlie. We won't get into that. I had one years ago. But it's a pretty good one. It's from I think it's from 89. 1-1 fouls back 1-2. I had a pretty good collection years ago. Didn't work out. That's all we can say. 1-2 count. Runner at first. 2 outs. Check swing. Did he go around? He did not. 2-2. And that bender from Pomeranz, they're having a hard time laying off of it. Greg Counsell just gave him the what for. They think he went around. Of course, they're sitting from. Nah, he didn't go. They're sitting from from the back end of it. But you got to love the passion out of Counsell. Cubs skipper, the 2-2. Swing, pops it up. That big rounding swing that usually turns into pop-ups for Smurf. That'll be an F4 in the scorecard. Can of corn will head to the 7th inning stretch, or as we like to call around these parts, cheese time.
All right, I can't see you. Let me hear you. A 1, a 2, a 3. Me out to the ball game. Me out to the night. Find me some peanuts, crackers, Jack.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way from the new acquired rookie onto the Brave staff. Hayden Harris right there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. 94 off the plate. 1-1. Hayden Harris. Talked about it earlier. Not a big kid, but he can bring it. 1-1. Swing, fouls it down the line. 1-2. 6 foot, 186 pounds. One-two count. High strikeout rate in the minor leagues. The pitch on the way. Swing! Just got a piece of that. Do it again. Nico Horner. Tucker and Suzuki do up. The 1-2. Fouls it away. He's from Augusta, Georgia. One-two, swing, fouls it away. Do it again. Went to high school in Grovetown, Georgia, at Grovetown High School. Played his college baseball at Georgia Southern, signed with the Braves in 2022 as an undrafted free agent. 1-2 in the dirt, 2-2. Started pitching in the Braves organization in 2023. He's a lifelong Braves fan. The 2-2. Swing, lifts it in the center. Coming in, making the sliding catch is Michael Harris II with his green shoes, lime green shoes out there. Hayden Harris gives him daps for making that good catch. 75% of the world is covered by water. The rest by Michael the Hawk Harris. Good sliding catch out there. First pitch on the way to Castro, swung on, banged on the ground, over to second, 4-3. 2 down. That's interesting. Willie Castro came on from Tucker. I'm starting to think Tucker might have gotten injured. I haven't seen an update, but I haven't been over there to the Cubs site. I'll take a look at it. They wouldn't typically just pinch it from Kyle Tucker. Suzuki, the batter, lefty-righty, first pitch on the way, 93 up top. It's 1-0. So everything you read about him, I thought he was going to be throwing bullets. I mean, he's throwing mid-90s, low to mid-90s, but it seemed like it pops out of his hand. I mean, it's registering at 93, but I'm telling you, if you're not seeing, if you're just listening on radio, as you're going down the road, it is popping out of his hand. He's not tall, so it's not like a delayed release, but he's just, think Billy Wagner. The 1-1 swing, rips it into left field, going up against the wall at the Ivy, making the catch is the Book of Eli, and that'll end the inning. Braves trail by 1. We'll grab the bats when we return. It's the 8th inning, and you know what that means in Braves country.
106 miles from Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
It's happy hour.
When wins become losses and losses become wins.
You guys going to happy hour? Yeah? Yeah, I'll come for a couple. Just a couple, though. Not like last time.
When buying a beer, don't make this mistake. Buying only one beer can cause a misalignment in your spine due to the uneven weight distribution. This can cause unnecessary back pain and potential spine issues. To prevent this, carry 2 beers, ensuring your body is balanced and proper health maintained.
Okay.
Afternoon, everybody.
Put my pants on, one leg at a time.
Guess what?
I got a fever, and the only prescription is more...
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the Intercontinental Radio News.
You're in Braves country.
Drink a beer. Salute.
They're making it laws where you can't drink when you want to. Pretty soon we're going to be communist country.
Yeah. For me and the Lord, we got an understanding. We're on a mission from God.
If you want to stop me, you're gonna have to kill me!
Welcome back. Caleb Thielbar is on for the Chicago Cubs. Drake Baldwin will pinch hit. Lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way is inside. For a strike, it's 0-1. He's pinch hitting for Nacho Alvarez. 0-1. Swing, slaps it foul. It's 0-2. Oh, 2 count. Swing. Dribbles it down the first base side towards the dugout. There we go. A little strange that this is where they decided to bring in Drake Baldwin leading off the 8th. You'd think it's because they didn't pinch hit with them last inning. You would think they would wait till the 9th. As the 0-2. Swing, slaps it foul. You got a couple of candidates that come the 9th inning, you may want to use them, but nonetheless, because Nacho's actually hitting pretty well against lefties, the 0-2. Swing, dribbles it over to second, and that'll be a 4-3 put out. 1 down. It's just being mismanaged is all it is. I mean, it doesn't make any sense why you didn't pinch hit with Drake, with Murphy the previous inning, to bring him in when they bring in a lefty. Ronald Acuna Jr., the batter. Lefty righty, first pitch on the way. Swing, chops it down the first base line. Deep throw, one hopper into the glove of the first baseman. Bush. 5-3, 2 down. They were playing him to pull. Still a pretty long throw. Good throw by Shaw. Still no word on why Kyle Tucker left the game. We'd assume it's some kind of an injury, a precaution. First pitch on the way is a slider right there. For a strike, it's a 1. Olsen 1 for 2 with a walk, a triple, and a run scored. Batting .270 now. He's gotten his batting average up just a smidge. 1-1 right there on the outer edge. 1-2. 1-2 count. Braves trail by 1 swing. It's 4-3 in the top of the 8th. Ozzie Albies, who hit a home run earlier tonight, stands on deck. The 1-2. Bender down below the knees. Curveball falling off the table. 2-2. Same two teams back at it tomorrow night. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got it. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Trailing by 1. Braves bullpen will try to keep it right there when we return.
Do you ever just look at someone and think, you're the Monday of people?
So take us to 1955. Where were you when they won it all?
I was in the last period of the day in math class with Mr. Rabin. And it surprised me when I moved south that we weren't doing this. But of course, coming from the New York area, there was always at least one team in the World Series. So each fall, they played the World Series on the radio over the PA system. Remember, this is the 1950s.
So they played it during the entire broadcast?
Yes. And
okay.
Teachers had the right, to turn it on and off, maybe teach a little math and then go. But I distinctly remember being in there and, grabbing the side of the desk and just praying, and all of us feeling that way. And then when we won, of course, and I guess it must have been during math class, my best memory, that the game was won by the Dodgers. And we just burst out. And I still remember Mr. Rabin looking at us and say, okay, no homework tonight for you Dodger fans, but don't you ever mention this again. He loved the Yankees.
They were playing the Yankees.
Yes.
Johnny Padres will go down in infamy.
I remember hearing a report one night that, of course, the celebration broke out all over the streets of Brooklyn, and there was a pregnant woman who delivered a baby in the middle of all this, and he was named Johnny Padres, whatever. So there may be somebody still wandering around the streets of New York with that name. Armchair.
Hi, I'm Mac McGee. Braves Country Radio, pull up a chair. Your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Bottom of the 8th, Braves trail by 1. First pitch on the way from Dylan Dodd is a cutter right there outside to Carson Kelly. It's 1-0. 1-0. Chops it over to first. Bruhan's got it, fires it. Chops it over to third, I should say. Bruhan's got it, fires it to first. 5-3. 1 down. John, that was my mom. We did I don't remember when we did that. We did a podcast about, as the first pitch on the way is right there for a strike, 4-seam fastball. It's only 1. A number of things, but anyways, one of the topics we brought up, she grew up in the 0-1 swing and a miss. It's only 2. She grew up in Brooklyn during the Dodgers, Giants, Yankees rivalry, 40s and 50s, before they moved out to California. Giants and Dodgers did 0-2 down way 1-2. 1-2 count. Kicks and fires. Swing. Chops it over to second. 4-3 put out. Ozzie to Olsen, 2 down. I had her in here on a Mother's Day game, not this year. I can't remember if it was 23 or 24. That may have been a clip from that, but it might have been. I also know that we did a podcast on the, I believe it was for Memorial Day one year. I'll have to see if I can find a recording for that. That's a clip from it. The first pitch on the way is a four-seam fastball off the plate. It's, I don't know. She was a history teacher for years and years. Which is probably one of the reasons why I got into the history of baseball. Why I got into baseball, too, because baseball has history. 1-1 count. You don't get the same richness of the history of the other sports as you do with baseball. 1-1, down and away, 2-1. The other sports just simply aren't. They haven't been around long enough. 2-1 count. Kicks and fires. Down and in. 3-1. Can't remember if it's today's. I'm going to play it the next break. The first baseball game played under the lights was in 1880, and I never would have thought that. A 3-1 count. Right there. Good cutter at the knees. Full count. I knew the first initial major league game was in the 1930s, but I would have thought, you asked me when did they first play under the lights, I would have guessed somewhere in the 19-teens, maybe the early 20s. The 3-2, chopped over to short. Throw is made. Plenty of time. Kim to Olsen, and that'll end the inning. So we go to the 9th inning, and we'll see if we can get one more run or even get us a 2. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country. On this date in 1880 at Strawberry Hill, located on the shores of Hull, Massachusetts, the first baseball game played at night takes place under artificial lights with teams made up of employees from the retail competitors of Jordan Mash and R.H. White. The contest, illuminated by the lights, faced on 3 wooden towers erected 500 feet apart from the Northern Electric Light Company, supplying the brightness of 90,000 candles. Ends in a poorly played 16-16 tie when the players need to catch the last ferry back to Boston. On this date in 1957, at Wrigley Field, Braves sweep the Chicago Cubs 23-10 and 4-0. In the opener, Frank Torrey crosses the plate in the first, second, third, fourth, sixth, and 9th innings, tying a major league record for scoring 6 times in one contest. And on this date in 1965, anticipating the team's move to Anaheim the following year, owner Gene Autry, the singing cowboy, announces the Angels will now be known as the California Angels, no longer Los Angeles, becoming the second major league team named after an entire state. The first to change its moniker during the season. The franchise eventually uses a logo incorporating the Golden State and the team's iconic halo. And that's your Braves Country Radio on this date in baseball history. Find us on YouTube and Facebook today. Yeah, if you're talking about the Wrigley games, that was a turn back time recently. The whole reason why they had to do the Wrigley games and put them in the lights was because Major League Baseball had threatened that they wouldn't be able to host postseason games because they were no longer going to allow teams to play day games in postseason. This is before it expanded and everything. So they were going to force Chicago to go play somewhere like Milwaukee if they made the playoffs. So that's the whole reason why they added lights. Ozzie Albies leads us off. First pitch on the way from Palencia is a 4-seam fastball, 99 miles an hour. It's 0-1. Chicago Cubs closer, Daniel Palencia. compact 5'11", 160 out of Venezuela as the splitter misses off the edge. Evens up the count 1-1. He's got a 2.2 ERA, 49 innings, 56 strikeouts, a whip of 1.08, 21 saves on the year, 49 appearances. 1-1, swing and a miss, 100 miles an hour up around the eyeballs. It's 1-2. Ozzie, Ozuna, and Harris due up. If anybody gets on, Kim. 1-2 count. Brings it. Misses high, 100 miles an hour, 2-2. Brujan came in to play third for Nacho. So what do you have available on the bench for the Braves? Nick Allen, Luke Williams, Jake Fraley, the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 100 miles an hour around the knees. One down. One down. And Marcell Ozuna will make it to the plate. That was my point of last inning, why you wouldn't hold off for Baldwin, because if you get anything going here, Baldwin can come in, pinch hit for either Kim or Eli against the tough closer, or if it got that far, Murphy, but instead you wasted him against a tough lefty in the 8th inning. The 0-1. Outside wide. Max Fried of the Yankees lead the Astros 6-1 in the 6th. 1-1 count. Brings it. 99, misses the edge, called for a strike. Zuna doesn't like it, can't say I blame him. 1-2. It just missed off the edge. Probably about an inch or so, but definitely not a strike. 1-2 count. High and out of the zone. Hey, high duck home. 2-2. That took his head off. That'll wake you up. Triple digits sizzling over the plate, but about just above the head. Ozuna gave a look out there like, you straight? The 2-2. Swing, swats it back foul, slider. Do it again. If Ozuna can get a hold of that high heat, it's going to go out to Waveland Avenue, but to catch up with it is the key. 2-2 count. Righty-righty matchup. Pitch on the way. Misses high, ball 3. So a full count. Willis, that was the first year in Atlanta, so yeah, that was the first time that game. Payoff pitch. Swing, swats it foul. We'll do it again. In fact, if you go to my X page, you'll notice that the backdrop is a picture of that fateful night, because they have the scoreboard lit up in the background. Is the 3-2 swing, rips it through the hole. That's through for a base hit, and Braves got something cooking here in the top of the 9th. 1 on, 1 out, and they'll surely pinch run for the Big Zoo, but he comes through with the big hit. I think it'll be Luke Williams, I believe. Luke Williams, the pinch runner. In fact, the sign says it's lit up. The sign in the background is the first pitch on the way to Harris is swatted towards left field. Lazy fly ball, 1 pitch, 1 out, 2 down. The Braves in the great Southeast welcome y'all to the first official Major League game ever played in Dixie. We look forward to seeing you often and hope you enjoy tonight's game. That was the first game played in it, so it was a night game. That'll bring Ha-Seong Kim to the plate. Our last hope. Wouldn't this be fitting if he'd be able to tag into one? First pitch on the way is a 4-seam fastball. It's 0-1. 1 for 3 with the single. But once again, perfect spot for Drake Baldwin to be stepping up to the plate, right? 1 on and 2 outs, representing the go-ahead run. Righty-lefty as opposed to righty-righty. When we get into these games against teams like Chicago, we're going to get out-managed. There's just no way about it. Council's one of the better managers in the game. You saw the same thing when we played Cleveland. Even when you go up against Philadelphia. The 0-1. Right there, 99 at the knees, 0-2. Yeah, Brian, the Braves were the first Major League team in the Southeast, yes. The 0-2 count, 1966. Down and away, 1-2. Stolen base by Luke Williams. I think Uncle Charlie went to some of those games there. I think that's what he told us. Yeah, they were the first team ever. That was the whole reason why they left Milwaukee. It wasn't that Milwaukee wasn't really supporting him. It was the fact that they were going to have a whole area of the country to themselves. The 1-2, outside wide, 2-2. Luke Williams took second base. So we'll go ahead and pull this back. If there is a base hit, there could be a play at the plate. 1 on, 2 outs, a 2-2 count. A base hit would tie the game with Luke Williams' speed. He'll be going at the crack of the bat. The 2-2, swing chopper over the head of the mound, backhanded, second baseman fires it to first, and Kim beats it out, and we've got runners on the corners and 2 outs, and the tying run 90 feet away. Good piece of hitting there by Kim. Chopped it over the head of the pitcher. Eli would be the batter if they don't pinch hit. Maybe Jake Fraley, the left-hander. See what they decide to do here. Eli did hit a home run. Good speed, man. He was busting it down the line. So runners on the corners. 2 outs. Quick mound visit. Kim's interpreter is talking to him. Well, Goodwin's talking to him through his interpreter. I guess I shouldn't say it. Giving him instructions. I bet he knows more than he lets on. He's been in the States for 5 years. Kind of like Acuna. He acts like he doesn't know English, and all of a sudden, something he does want to talk about, he rattles on. First pitch on the way to Eli, pops it up. Didn't pinch hit for the lefty. They left Eli in there, and he got out-managed again. Braves lose a tough one, 4-3. We'll see you tomorrow night. Palencia with the save. The loss will go to Joey Wentz. And the Braves put 3 runs on the board, 8 hits, no errors. Cubs 4-7-0. Ozzie Albies hit a home run. Eli White hit a home run. But when it's all said and done, that 4-run inning did them in, or the 4 runs put into the inning on the 3rd inning is what I'm trying to say as things are going off here in the office. That 4 runs put on the 3rd, that was enough to win the game for the Cubbies, and the Braves lose another one. We'll see you tomorrow night, right now it's supposed to be Quantrill, but I'm interested to see if they bring somebody else up. Because they could do that with the day off, and they could just kick Quantrill to the curb. Lord, I hope that's what happens. I don't want to watch him start another game. We'll see you tomorrow night, 7:40 first pitch. Remember, doubleheader tomorrow. Mets and Tigers, 1 o'clock. We'll come on the air, start the feed, and I'll get it going play-by-play as quickly as possible. Casey at the Bat by Ernest Lawrence Thayer. The outlook wasn't brilliant for the Mudville Nine that day. The score stood 4-2, but with 1 inning more to play. And when Cooney died at first and Barrows did the same, a pall-like silence fell upon the patrons of the game. A straggling few got up to go in deep despair. The rest clung to the hope which springs eternal in the human breast. They thought, if only Casey could but get a whack at that, we'd put up even money now with Casey at the bat. But Flynn preceded Casey, as did Jimmy Blake, and the former was a hoodoo while the latter was a cake. So upon that stricken multitude grim, melancholy sat, for there seemed but little chance of Casey getting to the bat. But Flynn let drive a single, to the wonderment of all, and Blake, the much despised, tore the cover off the ball. And when the dust had lifted and men saw what had occurred, there was Jimmy safe at second and Flynn a hugging third. Then from 5,000 throats and more rose a lusty yell. It rumbled through the valley, it rattled in the dell. It pounded on the mountain and recoiled upon the flat, for Casey, mighty Casey, was advancing to the bat. There was ease in Casey's manner as he stepped into his place. There was pride in Casey's bearing, and a smile lit Casey's face. And when responding to the cheers, he lightly doffed his hat. No stranger in the crowd could doubt 'twas Casey at the bat. 10,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 tongues applauded when he wiped them on his shirt. Then while the writhing pitcher ground the ball into his hip, defiance flashed in Casey's eye, a sneer curled Casey's lip. And now the leather-covered sphere came hurtling through the air, and Casey stood a-watching it in a haughty grandeur there. Closed by the sturdy batsman, the ball unheeded sped. That ain't my style, said Casey. Strike one, the umpire said. From the benches black with people, there went up a muffled roar, like the beating of a storm waves on a stern and distant shore. Kill him! Kill the umpire! Shouted someone on the stand, and it's likely they'd have killed him had not Casey raised his hand. With a smile of Christian charity, great Casey's visage shone. He stilled the rising tumult, he bade the game go on. He signaled to the pitcher, and once more the dun sphere flew. But Casey ignored it, and the umpire said, "Strike two!" "Fraud!" cried the maddened thousands, and echoed answered, "Fraud!" But one scornful look from Casey, and the audience was awed. They saw his face grow stern and cold. They saw his muscles strain. And they knew that Casey wouldn't let that ball go by again. The sneer is from Casey's lip. His teeth are clenched in hate. He pounds with cruel violence his bat upon the plate. And now the pitcher holds the ball, and now he lets it go. And now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. Oh, somewhere in the favored land, The sun is shining bright. The band is playing somewhere, and somewhere hearts are light. And somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children shout. But there is no joy in Mudville. Mighty Casey has struck out. Casey at the Bat, Ernest Lawrence Thayer, published June 3rd, 1888. San Francisco Examiner.
Goodbye, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. We're back tomorrow with another show. Well, unless we're fired, we'll talk to you then. Goodbye, sweetheart. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Guys and gals, it's time to go. We'll see you on the next show.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
It's closing time, y'all. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Have a great one. On your way out, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to tip your favorite bartender. We'll see you. I'm Mac McGee, signing off for Braves Country Radio.